Yang's here. Welcome to day 25 of our 100 days to 100 doors journey. And today is another Metrics Monday. So today I'll share a little bit about what our team accomplished last week. And then we also compared last week versus the week before. And then we'll just open the floor to share what's working, what's not working, and just kind of maybe adjust the strategy as needed so that we can improve for the upcoming week. So last week, our team got to engage with 24 different brokers, follow up or new brokers. Out of that, we were able to screen 33 deals. 7 deals was fully underwritten. And out of that, we had 3 verbal LOI, which is letter of intent submitted. And let me share that compared to the week before that. Let me see. Let me move the screen. There we go. So overall, I would say I think that our brokers' engagement definitely gone up. Our deal screening is pretty comparable with the week before and similar with the deals underwritten. And we have more letter intent submitted, which is great. That essentially ultimately the metric that we really want to focus on. So yeah, with that, let me just open up the floor to the team for everyone to share, what's there for them as they're looking through the numbers.
I can go, or we can all kind of just chat and go through. I think that we are getting closer to better deals. I think maybe coming in the pipeline, we're really talking, adjusting, we're similar in our numbers because there's certain things that we all want to meet, right? So that is really good. It's moving the needle forward and then moving towards, the goal of getting a PSA accepted. Do you think that we have a couple good things in the pipeline right now, really good things in the pipeline? As Mom can tell you, when they're submitting verbals, it's partially because we're not quite where we want to be, and we're trying to gauge where, do we put a written one in, something like that. But I feel like we're comparable where we are, but in general, my feeling is it's getting more detailed and better. So that's my take on it. Anybody else?
Yeah, actually, Don, that's a great point, because there are certainly things that the numbers are not reflecting, right? Like how close we are with a deal, how excited we are with a deal. That's something that we can't quite quantify yet. So I'm excited to see more, a lot more of these deals coming down the line. I know last week we also had a strategy discussion on, which market really to focus on, which market we are having great brokers relationship that we continue to nurture. So I think that certainly is a great things moving forward so that we can now, one, focus on the market that we're really making headways in, and 2, be able to get better deals coming through the pipeline. So that is also something that the numbers are not really reflecting. And yeah, so that's what's there for me as I was, comparing the week.
Yeah, and talking about our deal screening, I did not do a lot of that this week for our MSAs. I mean, we get a ton, I'm sure Chris does too, for areas that are not ours. Those just get deleted right away. But the ones I did screen were for our MSAs. Usually they may be that we don't go forward. The count may be too small. Maybe the age of the property is too old and not something we want to deal with because of infrastructure, etc. So there's reasons why we screen and then just move it along and don't analyze it. But I didn't spend a lot of time on that. I sent them away quite quickly because my main focus this week was getting information on a couple of properties that we just had hanging around without getting info. So that was my main goal. Of those, we had more than 5, but the 5 that I finally got the information on, 2 are very close to asking price. So instead of looking further at those, I gave the other 3 to Dawn, and I think she's already started analyzing it. But with that close this week, she'll be doing more on it. And that was my focus this week.
I think one of the things that we saw this week too is the number of broker outreaches went down, but our deal screening, etc., still stayed the same. And Yang helping out where I was a little behind this week on, reaching out to people really helped, because that reaching out to people is important. So I think it really shows the benefit of working in a team. The other thing that I think we're seeing a bit of too is, it's hard to keep the intensity up every single week. And all of us were agreeing when we got on today, we're tired, not tired of work. It was a long week. And I think the weather played into it. We're all a little tired. So it's nice having a team to keep you motivated and moving forward.
Yeah, I think on my end too, it felt like a slower week for me, just like not having new properties in the pipeline. Like there were some, but when there's a bunch that come in all at once, there's a little bit more pressure, I feel, to really get it done. So when you just have one sitting there, you're like, oh, I'll get to it. Oh, I'll get to it. And I think also too, just, waiting for feedback back from brokers too can really affect how long it takes a property to get through our pipeline. There's some that I think it's been 2 weeks now of waiting on documents, and it's not for, lack of mom not reaching out. It's mom reaching out, hey, do you have the documents? Can you provide them? Not getting anything, and then having to reach out again. So that's just kind of something I'm seeing on my end. It definitely feels a little bit slower for me with the underwriting. So hopefully, this week will bring more properties because I need them.
All right, awesome. So what I'm hearing is, definitely that teamwork, that there is ebbs and flow as we go through the week with our energy, with how things are going. But overall, the numbers are definitely going in the right direction. We're having more deal screen, more LOIs submitted, and we're building the right brokers relationship. Awesome. So I think for this week, I think my focus is certainly I know we picked a couple of new market to focus on. So my goal for this week is to reach out to more brokers this week in the new market that we're in, and then keep Em and Don busy with the deals. But yeah, that will be on my end this week. Anyone else? I think everyone else share a little bit about what they're focused on, right?
Yeah, I like the keeping us busy with the analysis. I like when I'm in that busy place, but I think what's good is like what we said, there's things beyond the numbers. We've talked about that as our team, right? There's the numbers are there, and we love numbers, right? Because it really tells us the story in so many different facets, like how we're doing with brokers, how we're doing with analysis. In my analysis, right, Em and I always talk about like the numbers are the numbers, and we'll keep going, and it tells the story, right? I think though there is also, as we've all talked about, beyond the numbers, right? And that I think that's we're recognizing that there's a whole lot going on beyond the numbers that we feel really good about. But we are tired a little bit because we are working our butts off. So, we're getting to where we need to be. So my focus is analysis. That's it. That's what my focus is. And yes, our moms are keeping us busy, so that's good.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, for me, week ahead, I have a couple properties that are just hanging in the pipeline too. And I really just want to get them out of it, clean it up a little bit more. So, and I think something also like we should mention to everyone was, we talk about a strategy call that we had last week, offline of this. And it was one of those like real team moments where like I think it got a little intense and it got real, but like we kept trucking forward and all of that. And I think you don't see that side of teams sometimes of like there's realness to it and there's emotion that gets involved in it. And, we're all striving for this goal of getting 100 doors and then continuing to grow our partnerships. And so, yeah, like I think at the beginning of the week, it was a little like, okay, like that was a very real conversation and hard at the same time. But I think for all of us, we can agree it made like a progress for us and allowed us to get onto another path that while the other path we were going down wasn't bad, this just allowed us to change the trajectory and hopefully allow us to reach our goal quicker. So, taking that time to be like, okay, this is what I'm seeing, and like having the team members who listen and are like, okay, like, yeah, like you're seeing this. It might not be easy to hear sometimes. Let's redirect and let's succeed at a better pace. So I thought that was important to share with all of y'all who are watching this journey. We don't just talk for the 6 minutes that you see us every day talking. We hop on behind the scenes too, and even more in-depth conversations. So
yeah, awesome, ma'am. That's really a great summary. I think that's actually would be a good topic to maybe dive a little bit further into what we had to do to adjust our strategy. Yeah, so that would be another great conversation. Anyone else have anything to share? Otherwise, we're good. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you're brokers and you have deals you want us to look at, we're ready. We're always happy to look at more deals. If you're sellers and you're interested in maybe capitalizing on an opportunity right now, reach out to any of us. And if you're a multifamily investors, if you consider you want to invest passively, or you just have question about like what the heck are we up to, feel free to reach out to any of us. We're always happy to share what we're learning so far, what we're experiencing on this journey. So with that, I will see everyone tomorrow. Bye. Have a wonderful week.